2 months ago, I dropped almost everything to move out to New York City for the summer. To chase a dream and a passion for filmmaking and storytelling. To hopefully unleash my creativity and unlock what I think is my true potential.
Now, although this isn't my first time ever being into the city, I wanted to share that it is astronomically different compared to when you're coming to New York City as a tourist versus living in New York City. So that's what I wanted to share with in this video through my eyes. And within such a short amount of time, I feel like I've discovered so much about myself, and New York has just taught me so many different things. So here are some of those things that stood out to me.
Home to over 7 million, there is a constant buzz of noise and people. Cars that fill the streets, blaring their horns, and hordes of people dashing by you with a 1,000-yard stare. It's almost impossible to block out that noise. Because of this, I have a newfound respect for personal space and quiet areas in general, where all you can hear is what's going on inside your head. And they say New York is that city that never sleeps. And while that is mostly true, I think I've found a rift in that phrase. Not a large one, but there is that small moment in time where the city appears to be at absolute peace.
All right, so it is right now 5 a.m. I'm on the Brooklyn Bridge right now, and this is that 1 hour where New York City is about as quiet as it'll ever be. The city is just rising, the lights are starting to come on, and honestly, if you are living or visiting here, I highly recommend you take advantage of this hour, as there's no crowds, no people, and you get to see a view unlike any other of the Manhattan skyline.
But for now, back to the chaos. Being one person in this space can make you feel so small, just a speck in society, and there's two different ways to process this. Everyone in New York is constantly on the move and working on their own hustle. Whether it is music, sports, or entertainment. Every single person brings their passions to New York in hopes of showcasing it to the world in an attempt of making it. On top of that, within the borough of Manhattan alone, there are dozens of different neighborhoods, and no two are alike. Each one providing a different type of lifestyle and crowd. A man by the name of Dan Mace, who has been making videos of his experiences in New York City to share to millions of people, once said this: New York City is either the city that makes you feel irrelevant or the city that inspires you to stand out.
And I was not trying to be irrelevant.
That's where my next point comes in, is the chance I took to get here. I have been so fortunate to have this guy, Brett Conti, take me under his wing and show me what it's like to be a creator in New York City. After watching his videos for over a year, I took that chance and sent him an email that would change my life forever. 2 months later, and here I am, creating content for a guy who has inspired me since I've watched his first few videos 1 summer ago. And I am so glad that I took that chance. One of the first things I learned when working with Brett is how much you don't see behind the scenes, and this goes for all New York City creators as well. They continually work, like it just doesn't stop. Brett told me in my first week that he ditched the 9-to-5 for a reason, to be his own boss. But in exchange, you're basically signing an invisible contract to be working 24/7. And now, come the end of this experience and working alongside Brett for 11 weeks, I finally understand why he told me that in the beginning. New York is one of those places where if you give it your all, it will repay you in mysterious ways. Now, I have had the opportunity to meet so many other like-minded creatives in the area that are not only passionate about their work, whether that is sharing the most recent tech, life in the city, or traveling the world. There is a reason why every single one of these creators has such an attachment to the city. They never want to leave. And while travel is great and should never be overlooked, you begin to miss the city while you're gone and crave its energy. And one way or another, you will always find your way back.
So I guess that's where I am right now, 10 weeks after living in New York City and being able to really work on my true passions, which is filmmaking and photography, and looking back at all this footage that was just shown and getting a little more of my story about what happened this summer. And you know, some people may not understand this, but it is actually incredibly taxing on your body when you come into the city and you're outside in the summer days filming, and then as soon as that sun sets, you know, you head back to the office to start editing and get a jump start on really creating a video while those ideas are fresh in your mind. So most of the time, a typical work day for me would last somewhere between 10 to 14 hours, where I would get home at 1 a.m. and then start the very next morning trying to create another video. And by no means am I complaining about this, because I really enjoyed every single second of it and felt like I gave every ounce of energy that I had. But I hope this brings some light to you and really shows the realities of what you're signing up for when you're coming to chase a dream or chase a passion in New York City. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's something different. Actually, it's vastly different from any of my other videos that I've made, as I like to stick towards travel and just capturing the cinematics of a place. But New York City has left such a mark on me. I feel like I had to capture as much realness as I could and put that into a film. And again, I want to give major thanks to Brett Conti, who, you know, come on, get over here, Brett. Again, thank you so much to this guy, Brett Conti right here, for giving me the summer an experience of a lifetime, and I couldn't have imagined it doing it any other way. So again, thank you. And then also, I really want to give a big thank you to everyone that I've met. So I'm gonna try and put everyone's names up and fill the screen right now, and boom. All right, cool, I think that was everyone. But again, thank you so much for just welcoming me into your city with such open arms and sharing your city with me. It truly meant the world to me. All right, so that's all I've got. I'm gonna let Brett do the sign off. How do we usually do it around here?
Remember to get out and get busy, and Chris, you passed your internship. Straight A. Boom.